Hey, what's good, everybody? I hope you are psyched for tonight's AEW Revolution 2025 pay-per-view, because I know I am. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't dropped anything on this channel for a couple weeks. Uh, I do also have a review channel as well, so I'm trying to manage both things. Because before I used to just upload everything onto one channel, but kind of dividing it is better, so it doesn't mix with the algorithm. But regardless, let's move on to this stacked AEW Revolution 2025 pay-per-view we are getting. Now, AEW is kind of old school in certain ways, and I'll give you the breakdown as we go through this video and all the matches that we will see at this pay-per-view. So AEW will have a 0 hour. Now that is available on YouTube for free. And also now that AEW did sign a contract, I believe it's a 5-year contract with um, Amazon Video or Prime Video, you can also watch it there. The 0 hour and the pay-per-view are starting this 2020 this Revolution 2025 pay-per-view. And also, since they do have a deal with Max or HBO Max like before, it would be on there as well. So you can catch the 0 hour on 3 different channels or 3 different platforms. But if you are not in that tier for those services, then you can just head over to YouTube, which is cool. So that is. I feel like they're trying to like match AEW, I mean WWE. So for me, I'm like that's pretty like that's like second tier in the sense of like you got Netflix and then Amazon Video to reach as much people as you can. But let's get into the first match that we will see on the 0 hour. Now we will get Lee Johnson and Blake Christian versus Commander and Hologram. Now Lee Johnson and Blake Christian have been tagging for a while. We haven't seen them too much on the AEW side of television. They've just been doing a lot of Ring of Honor work. Commander and Hologram have been not just showing up in Ring of Honor, but they also have been showing up in AEW Dynamite and sometimes on Collision. But most of the time is like to promote the new luchadors who are coming in, which is pretty dope because you do get a mix of not just regular wrestling. You will get some luchadors thrown in there every other week. Uh, Now, the difference is that what that I spoke about in the beginning of the video is that AEW will give a little video package for every match, like if there was a build, and during the 0 hour we will get a little segments of how the matches for the actual pay-per-view came about. So that is pretty dope. They are old school and they do have a storyline as well. Even though if it's short, but they do have at least the build up to the match. It's not like, hey, here's a match, here's a 5-star match. Nah, you will get some sort of video package in here. So for me, for the first match, I got Commander and Hologram winning this match, even though it will be a more of an aerial slash luchador type of match. But regardless, you will get 4 great wrestlers who know a lot about high flying and who know how to put on a great show for the first match of the night at the 0 hour. So I got Commander and Hologram winning this one. For me, I always choose the luchadors because they be putting in the work. Keeping it 100 with you guys. Right, so the next match that we will get tonight for the 0 hour is a trios match. We will get Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, yes, the Mark Briscoe, and Big Boom AJ with his son, which honestly, that's part of they're part of the Cusco Boys. For me, I literally said honestly because I was like, hey, it's something that built a lot of hype on social media. But Big Boom AJ, he's not all talk. He can put in the work. He has put in the work, and he has prior wrestling experience. And now he just laced up the boots and he revamped his career here in AEW. So I do like that. And also, Cusco does have a lot of stuff, a lot of great deals. So I understand why they are part of the brand and they call the Cusco Boys. Um, Now they will be taking on Johnny TV, which is formerly known as John Morrison in WWE. If you follow him in TNA, he was Johnny Impact. If you follow him in AAA or in Lucha Underground, he was Johnny Mundo. So if you get the last name, he always attaches something from the promotion to his last name. Now this one is a little trickier because he's going by Johnny TV, and I thought like, hey, it was gonna be more of like Johnny Dynamite, but it was just gonna be catering to one show, so it was kind of harder for him to do it in the sense of like you could have had him be like Johnny Elite, which was the one that I thought he was gonna go for, and that one sounds way better than Johnny TV. But regardless, he's still here and he's still wrestling, and he is tagging with Mansoor, another ex WWE guy. He came on board about 2 years ago. He's been putting in the work in Ring of Honor, and now they've been promoting him more on AEW television Wednesday nights and for the Dynamite and for Saturday night in Collision. And he was part of the first ever Saudi Arabia pay-per-views, the first two. I know he was in the Royal Rumble. I think he won one of them, if I'm correct, like that 50-man Rumble. And then they switched it to Andre the Giant, whatever, Memorial Royal Rumble. So for me, I felt like they were just using him just because his background, regardless, WWE gave him a shot, and now AEW is giving him one as well. And his tag team partner is Mason Madden. Now, this is pretty dope because this trio right here is like a revamped version or a 2025 like upgrade from the version that we used to get from um, that John Morrison's tag team was in WWE, in the sense of they follow this supermodel esque type of team, in the sense that they're all about fashion. They're a little bit flamboyant. They're not crossing the line too much in the sense. And for me, I'm having a little bit of trouble deciding who will win because both teams are stacked in the sense of they have a lot of talent, a lot of years under their belt, a lot of experience, basically. So, if for me, I would probably pick just by the way things are going, I would go with Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Big Boom AJ just to bring and follow the hype that has been behind them for the last couple of weeks. Now, for the third match, we will get an 8-man tag match. Now, it is Daniel Garcia teaming up with the Undisputed Kingdom. Now, this is a team that is combined with the Undisputed Era from WWE and the Kingdom from Ring of Honor, which Tony Khan does own. So the rights are here, and Adam Cole is great with playing with the words. So he will be talking about Adam Cole. He will be teaming up with Daniel Garcia, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. So we have a great NA stacked four men here, and they will be taking on Shane Taylor Promotions. I have nothing against anybody here, but honestly, the first person, Shane Taylor, for me, yeah, I just can't get behind Shane Taylor. He's kind of too big. Kind of is not doing a lot of self care. Like his teeth. I don't want to get too into it, but come on, man, you're on TV, brush them teeth, lose a little weight, man. You've been on here for a while, and it's just like I just can't watch him like wrestle. It kind of feels I feel disgusted. Like I got to shower afterwards. I don't know. But regardless, the rest of his team is decent enough to be like, hey, we're gonna cover your ass when you know we gotta go against the other people because it's a big person and he got to do a lot of cardio, especially in a 4-man tag. Uh, with everybody who's has a high tolerance or a high level of cardio in here. Now we will see, he will be tagging with Lee Moriarty, captain from the military. Yes, he is a captain, former captain from the military, Sean Dean, and we will get Charlie Bravo as well. So this will be a great match. Honestly, I would just be skipping it just because I don't like to see Shane Taylor. Kind of like gets me a little nauseous when I see him. So for me, if I were just to look at this card, I would go with Daniel Garcia and the Undisputed Kingdom for the W. Now the fourth match we will be getting here, and I do like it, is the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship title. It will be defended at the end of the 0 hour, and it will be Chris Jericho defending that title. And now he's going by the Nueve, meaning the ninth champion, with his new character. the learning tree, Chris Jericho, which is funny. I like that he looks like an ass saying, "Hey guys, like." It's so funny, man. You got to watch that expression. He will be taking on Gravity. Now, Gravity is a new up and coming luchador that got signed to AEW. I think it was like last year, like towards the end of the year, when they were in Arlington, Texas, and he had a great showing, and I feel like he has a lot to give to and to bring to the table when it comes to wrestling in general. But the key thing or the key takeaway for this match is that we will get more of Chris Jericho fighting in that luchador style, that Yahweh style, which is pretty dope. We haven't seen him too much, especially as he always was transitioning the WWE to a new person, in the sense of like we got the Y2J, then he switched over to that new. He cut his hair, then he left the company, came back. He was the Rainmaker in Japan. It was a whole bunch of things, but I do always like to see him wrestle, and at his age, he can still do that luchador slash Yahweh style. So for me, I'm thinking Chris Jericho will retain in this championship title match. Now, let's move on to the first match we will get at this pay per view, and it is for the AEW TBS Championship title. It is Mercedes Moné defending the title against Momo Watanabe. Now, Momo has wrestled. Yes, she wrestled yesterday for their Collision show, so that was a pretty dope match. And if you do want to go back and see it, you can before the pay per view starts. Now, for me, I'm thinking Mercedes Moné will retain because she just got 4 championship titles, so it's kind of a little difficult to see her lose the AEW one, as she has been signed to AEW for so long that I think her streak is just going to continue until she drops the other titles, and then finally she will drop the TBS Championship title sometime. I don't know when, but um, as the trend has been going, she is gonna win this match. Um, so following that, we will get the AEW Tag Team Championship titles. Now, this is a match that I do want to see. We will get Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin with MVP, and they formerly known as the Hurt Business. Now they're the Hurt Syndicate here in AEW. So they are transitioning. They're basically it's the same thing, just different name here in AEW. And a little spoiler alert, if you guys didn't know, Cedric Alexander did get released. I think it was like a month and a half ago. So he still has, I believe, another month and a half for that 90 day window to end. And then, he's coming over because they got to complete uh, the four people who were in the original Hurt Business. And now he will join them in the Hurt Syndicate. So you already know in the next 2 months, he's going to be on AEW television for sure with the rest of the Hurt Syndicate. Now they will be defending their titles against the Outrunners, which is Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. Now they are going off of a 80s, 90s spin. So you just look at their attire, their entrance, their wrestling style, even their physique matches the the generational aspect of the style that they bring to wrestling. So for me, I would just be like, hey, the Outrunners have been dominating the tag team division. Give them the title. But for me, knowing that Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin just joined AEW, there are a little bit more popular names. They will retain the title. So that's what I got for you guys when it comes to this match. Now, following that, we will get the AEW Continental Championship title defended by Okada, and he will be taking on Brody Lee. And this match is something that I have been waiting for as well, just because they're finally giving Brody some singles action instead of what he was doing with the former House of Black, former Malachi Black, as we all know him from um, WWE as Aleister Black. So he will be going back to WWE. I think they're just trying to find a spot for him. Regardless, a lot of wrestlers are switching or jumping ship, and when their contract ends, and it's kind of normal now. Just look at the NBA, that certain teams are not the same anymore. Perfect example of how specific people just can uh, amplify a company or just kind of do a little bit of mid work. So following, and for me, I got Okada actually dropping the title here because I want to see Brody Lee actually win a championship title here in AEW, aside from the trios that he had before. Now, following that, we are getting the number one contenders match for the AEW Championship title, and it is for Strickland taking on Ricochet. Now, Ricochet has been more of a heel in this in here in AEW, and I kind of like it in this aspect, in this environment for Ricochet, because I feel like now he's basically finding himself, creating a new persona, creating something different with Swerve Strickland. He was just being used in NXT. He went to AEW, he became champ, and honestly, he just has been growing and growing and growing here in AEW. And so for me, I feel like he's just gonna bring Ricochet along with his hype and bring him up to a new level and help him just sharpen his tools as a promo and speaking and all that stuff. But regardless, Ricochet is a beast in the ring, and for me, I think Ricochet is gonna pick up the W in this one just because I feel like he needs to go over a little bit more, and Swerve Strickland could take the L and just move on to the next person. Now, following that match, we will get MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. Now, this match has a storyline behind it, and it also has been building for 3 months. So for me, I feel like this is something that is more than anything. Is going to be like a bubble that needs to get popped right now because they're at the point that there is nobody else, nothing else they can do to actually antagonize each other to the point that they have had it. Like honestly, for this match, I feel like more than anything, MJF has to lose, but also there might be some interference. You never know. For MJF, he always pulls some shenanigans to get the W. So on this match, for this match, I got Hangman Adam Page winning it, but honestly, it could go either way. Now, so following the MJF match with Hangman Adam Page, we will get Will Ospreay taking on Kyle Fletcher. Now, this is something that I've been waiting for because they are doing it in a steel cage. AEW hasn't done a steel cage in a while, so I just, once I saw that match is gonna happen with both of these wrestlers, I'm like, they're gonna have a banger of a match. Don't care who wins, honestly. I just want to see it. As long as it's in that steel cage, we will get something different from both wrestlers, and also not a lot of interference by Don Callis and everybody else, because everybody else on Don Callis' team is defending their championship titles. Excuse me for that. Regardless, it's going to be a banger of a match, and can't wait to watch it. Now, if that wasn't enough, we will get the international championship title defended by Konosuke Takeshita, and he'll be taking on the one and only, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. Now that match is going to be a banger, and I expect Kenny Omega to actually win this championship title just because he's been away for so long. Had a match in New Japan Pro Wrestling, had a couple matches here in AEW, but now this is his first title match coming back from that scary injury that he had. So for me, I got Kenny Omega winning this one. And also, we will get another banger of a match in here because I feel like Takeshita has been stepping it up since leaving DDT Wrestling and joining AEW. Following that, we will get the AEW Women's Championship title. Now, this is a Hollywood ending type of, like, they literally put Hollywood ending match. So for me, I'm thinking this is going to be the final time we will get Toni Storm defending her title. And she will be fighting Mariah May, meaning the final time that these two will be in the same ring for a while, just because they both were, one had the title, Toni Storm had the title, then Mariah May took it away, held it for a couple months. Toni got it back. Now, I do want to plug in that if you have not seen Queen of the Ring, Tony Storm is in there. It's a great great movie to watch if you are a wrestling fan. So you can either wait for it to come out on video so you can stream it, or you guys can always go to the theater and have an outing. But regardless, I got Tony Storm retaining the title. Don't want to hear it. Tony Storm deserves this after that long and awaited return that we have been waiting for. Now for the main event of this pay-per-view, we will get Jon Moxley defending the AEW Championship title against Cope, which is Adam Copeland, but going on a shorter name, and formerly known as Edge in WWE. So it is a lot to take if you haven't watched AEW programming for a while. But regardless, for me, I'm thinking he's going to take that title away from Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley has been doing a great job as a somebody to step in and hold the title when they needed it. But now I feel like Edge, or Cope as he's going by now, will take AEW and the AEW Championship title to a newer level or newer heights. And with that, guys, I got him winning this one, and he's gonna make Jon Moxley bleed. Honestly, I know because Jon Moxley's hardcore, and that's have been proven that he's not scared to go get the his baseball bat covered with spikes to go and match that hardcore. And I think he even said it on Collision. He was like, he's a masochist, so he doesn't care. He lives with that pain, and also he's trying to give the fans the best that he can give before he actually retires. So for me, I got him winning this match and becoming our new AEW champion for the foreseeable future. So with that, guys, I leave you and I remind you that you can catch this on Amazon Prime. You can catch this pay-per-view also on HBO Max. And if you do not have either streaming services, I will leave links down below where you can go and watch it yourself, and also share with a buddy if you guys do not have these other streaming platforms that you have to pay for. So with that, guys, I'll catch you for the next wrestling video.